the best in political professional wrestling. Listen to the American Adversaries. Tough guy.
This is the last segment of this Sunday evening's American Adversaries radio program, and I know you guys are saddened by that, just as I am. However, make sure you go to AmericanAdversariesRadio.com, for God's sake. I'm sorry,
what
guys.
show are we on?
Yeah. And so make sure you check us out. Check out the podcast. Make sure you support the program. You can also go to American Adversaries TV. So just because we leave the air doesn't mean that you need to walk away from the program completely. So just make sure you do that. Check us out. And this is American Adversaries Radio.
And that is Carl Jackson. And yeah, folks, please support us, Carl and our show. We need to be doing this. And we would like your support. We need your support to continue to do this. You've been great, a great audience, getting a lot of support from you, but we could use some more. And please, if you haven't joined the American Adversaries Army, please join the Army. It's really easy. It's only $5 a month. Now, I know for a lot of you that's a lot of money. For me right now, that's a lot of money, I guarantee you. Because I have put my faith and my fortune, what little bit I had, in this show. Because I believe in what we are doing here. I believe it is important, and I believe I owe it to this country. Because I've been blessed. Great parents, and they did good for me. And I owe it. And Carl is the same way. He works hard, and you know, we're putting our fortunes at risk so that we can do this because we have faith in our country, we have faith in our fellow Americans, and we want to keep doing this, and we need your help to do it. We get help from sponsors, but to be honest with you, we need your help too. And it's good. It will be good for you because you will be an active player now. Part of our problem, part of why we keep losing these battles is because we sit back and we watch. We talk about it, we grouse about it, but it doesn't seem to go much further than that. We need to take the battle to them. And that's what we do. That's what we do day in, day out, and we need people like us. Believe me, I don't like saying these things, which is why I don't do it very often. But this occasion, I believe it calls for saying it. We are losing our country. This is nothing that new. I'm not telling you something you didn't already know. But this part you need to take to heart. No pun intended. The only people you can trust are the people who are telling you the truth. And that's guys like Carl. That's guys like Bill Bennett. That's guys like Gallagher. That's guys like Medved. We don't agree with each other all the time, but we're all telling you the truth. We're all genuine to what we're saying. We're not blowing smoke. We're not telling you politically correct stuff. Absolutely. We're telling you what we feel. And we're the last bastion. If we go away, there'll be nothing else. Where will you turn? Who will you turn to? There will be no one. Please support us. And we're not messing around here. We're on the edge. I dare say we're on the leading edge. Just last Sunday night on this show, we were talking about A Miracle in the Making. That was in my outline. That was the title, A Miracle in the Making. And it's being recognized now by the nation, by many people, not everybody, but it is being recognized. What happened in Charleston is a miracle in the making. No, I'm not talking about Barack Obama going down there and giving the eulogy and saying a bunch of flowery words and doing a pretty good rendition of Amazing Grace, which, by the way, we're going to play Lloyd Marcus's version here shortly.
He was there for the funeral. I heard a speech, but it
would turn into a political speech, as usual. But the miracle I'm talking about is the families. And how they showed
Absolutely.
What Christianity truly is all about. It's all about helping us get through life. It's a guide on how to get through life by putting our faith and our trust in God. Not in a government, not in a political ideology, but in God. And this is being recognized. Peggy Noonan wrote a great article in this weekend's Wall Street Journal entitled Two Miracles in Charleston. And she talks about how the one miracle of forgiveness has turned to another miracle of people who once used to be ardently behind the Confederate battle flag now changing their opinions. Whether that's a miracle or not, I don't know. But I do know that what those families did was showing the country the way. The Wall Street Journal editorial staff wrote an article, same newspaper, says the triumph of South Carolina. Let me just read the last paragraph. The more important question for any society is whether racial animus still drives public or private institutions. With the exception of a few outcast groups like the one that seems to have inspired Roof, we think the answer is no. And the reaction in Charleston and South Carolina more broadly is powerful truth. Their conciliation is a rebuke to those who commit violence in the name of race and to those who believe America is irredeemably racist. Their triumph over hatred is a lesson for the rest of America. These are things that we said on the show last week. Showed up this weekend in the Wall Street Journal. But you've been hearing echoes of that all week long. Folks, we're not messing around. We're serious about what we're doing here. We take what we're doing very seriously. Yeah, we have some hoo-haws and we laugh and we come up with the one-liners because we want to make it all palatable. We want to make it all discernible, digestible, if you will. And we can't just keep cramming bad news down your throat. But we are the deliverers of the truth. And when we go away, the truth goes away with us. And if we go away, it is only because we are not getting the support from the community. And when I say the community, I mean people like you. I mean sponsors and others. We have great sponsors. We need more sponsors. Because sponsors, they come and they go. Pasquale Barba is a rarity. Aubrey Kahn is a rarity. David Levitt is a rarity. We shall see with our other sponsors. But what we really need is an army of people so that when we go to new sponsors, they'll say, well, who listens to you? And we can say, look, here's our army. And they go, whoa, wow, that's impressive. I want to be in on that. Folks, I need you to join my army. I need you to join with Carl. Whatever you can do to help us will help keep us on the air. We are not employees of this radio station. And I don't know about Carl, but I never wanted to be one. When we came into this, I did not want to be an employee of a radio station.
Absolutely. Because
you can be on top of the world one day and gone the next. Because that's the business of radio. I'm not in the business of radio. I'm in the business of telling the truth. And telling the truth to you. And if you want to keep hearing the truth, you need to cough up a little bit of money. I hate to put it so bluntly and so... It just embarrasses me to say that. But the bottom line is we can no longer afford to sit idly by. If this week didn't show us where we're going and how fast we're going there, I don't know what will. But if you're willing to sit idly by and just be a passive observer, Jeff, hold that song. If you're just willing to sit by, idly by, and be a passive observer, then you might as well just quit complaining, and you might as well just go ahead and turn your doggone radio off. Because if everybody out there is just going to be a passive observer, with the exception of a rare few, it ain't going to be long, and we'll be gone. My fortune is gone. I have spent every penny that I have, and I am spending every penny that I make on this radio show. Because I am serious, dead dog serious about what I'm doing here. And if it breaks me and I live the rest of my life in the poorhouse, guess what? I'll have a grin on my face. And you want to know why I'll have a grin on my face? Because I know when I get to heaven and the dear Lord asks me, what did you do? I will be able to say more than I sat around and complained about things. I will be able to say I put everything I had that God gave me that really wasn't mine. Aubrey Kahn said something the other night when we were having dinner after the party. He gives money to all kinds of things, and sometimes he'll write until his checking account is empty because he doesn't view it as being his. Now, I'm not asking for that from you. What I am telling you, though, is that I have done that for you. And when my bank account is dry, like it is now, you do the equation. How long do you think I can stick around? I need your help. I need you to join the American Adversaries Army. And I need sponsors too. Because we want to do more than just hang on by our fingernails. We want to be able to do more. We want to be able to bring more truth to the world in more places. And we want to be able to do it effectively, and we want to be able to do it in an entertaining fashion. And by golly, we're pretty doggone good at it. Every now and then I'll listen to our show, and I sit there and just sort of shake my head going, golly, we're pretty good. You know? Folks, it's time to act. The reason we are losing these battles is because we do not act. The liberals act. You know, we make jokes out of the community organizer. Well, he just beat our ass. And he beat it to a pulp. Because he did get people organized. And look at what happened. We have the force of numbers. We have the force of right. But if we sit silently by, we will be crushed every time. And we'll sit and grouse about it. Oh, I shouldn't be this way. What are you going to say when you were asked by the Lord, what did you do when I needed your help down there? Well, I listened on the radio and I complained. And I talked to my neighbors. Well, that's pretty good. But I need somebody more than somebody who complains. I need somebody who sits up and acts. I apologize if all of this is offending you. But this is the reality of the situation. We're up against a formidable enemy. We're up against the forces of evil. We need to take action. We need to do it now. And we need to do it in a lot of ways. But the first way, the most effective way, is to support the people who are telling the truth. Not just me, not just Carl, but Rush Limbaugh, Glenn Beck, all of us guys. We need your help.
And make sure you like the American Adversaries on Facebook and share their posts as well. Like and share. Thank you.
Night, everybody.
AM